drive at any point, just let me know.
Yeah, that'd actually be really nice. I'm getting a little tired.
Been there, done that. Yeah. Driven to, I don't know how many states with the family, one province. Yeah. Anyway, that was fun. Good times. Let's go into the news article real quick. How to identify and avoid dangerous hazards in your home. Let's talk about this. This is a very important thing. And April is the home safety month. So let's just make sure that you stay safe, right? Everything you do has to be safe. You see spills, you see what have you that could avoid falls. But let's talk about the number one killer number one fire starter in America is dryer vents. Yep. Your dryer is the most dangerous appliance in your house. It's crazy to think about it that way because it just sits there, but because it collects the lint, you got to clean it out all the time. And it's important for you to do it every 6 months to a year. It should be every 6 months where you clean out the dryer vent to the outside of the house. Inspect it, make sure it looks okay. And if you can't get down there, hire somebody to do it. There's companies out there that do safety checks for your house. And it doesn't just look at the dryer vent. It looks inside the dryer, cleans out the dryer, right? They won't do a spotless job, but they clean out the majority of the gunk, of the lint and everything. And, it might cost a couple $100, but there's also peace of mind, and it'll make your dryer work better, more efficiently. So make sure you do that, right? Falls. It's funny because as you get older, you tend to fall a little bit more because you get a little bit whatever, right? You get a little dizzy here, you miss things, but things can be avoided if you just think them through, right? Sharp corners could be dangerous, stairs could be dangerous, thresholds could be dangerous. So make sure that when you're going through things, you look at it and you understand where you're going with this. Why am I telling you this? Because I'm dealing with elder care right now. I'm dealing with some older parents and making sure that their life is safe as possible. Blinds, this is for kids. If you have blinds and they have the cords on it, make sure you tie those up so that they can't get to them, because that is a choking hazard. You can also fall and break and crack them on the head, and then we don't want to have that. Right? Anything else that could be broken, like shards wise, like a tile or a window, anything that could fall, get rid of that, clean it up, get rid of it. Fire alarms, smoke alarms, carbon monoxide, make sure you test that every 3 months, right? They have the beepy thing, but that's just to tell you that the batteries are out. You got to test it. You have to do the self-test, make sure it works. Annoying as they are, they're there to save you, keep you safe. Right? And a dirty oven, not just the oven, guys, it's the vent too. The vent gets all coated and there's an expensive thing that you have to do every couple of years, and that's degrease the vent that goes out to your house from your oven because it gets all greasy and gross. It's disgusting, but it's also oil, and oil is combustible. And guess what? A dirty oven can catch on fire. I bought 6 duplexes many years ago, and 3 months to the day, one of the duplexes caught on fire. And you want to know why? Because of a dirty oven. The tenant never took care of the oven. So if you're a landlord, it would behoove you to do safety checks and make sure that your investment is at least safely protected. Every 6 months, every year, you come in, you change that out. And you can say, hey, look, I'm going to come in and change the air filters, but I also want to do a safety check for the house, make sure you're safe. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to document it so that we have, proper recourse in case something burns down. And then I'm not going to clean your oven, but you are, because you're the tenant. But next time I'll come back and say, if it's not clean next time, I'm going to kick you out. So there you go. Be careful. Probate and estate sales, same thing there, right? So every time I get a house ready to sell, I do a safety check. I want to make sure that the house is ready to go. I actually bring PG&E in to have them do a safety check on all the gas appliances, because sometimes, it's not my job to tell you that. I'm a freaking layman. I bring PG&E in, they do a little quick sniff test, and they go, yep, you're all clear, or nope, there's a leak there, let's get that fixed. Wouldn't you feel safer knowing that your house is safe? Yeah. Okay. Rates, talked about this yesterday. Rates are staying stagnant right now. They're staying at 6.5. I think we're going to see it for the next couple of weeks, and at least until Hormuz, the Strait of Hormuz opens up and it gets done. The Iranians are playing hardball, and it's hurting the housing market because people are afraid of what's going on in the war. I think no matter what, after the next week or two, I think the rates will come down because we're just going to normalize to that. But also the cost of oil is going up a little bit, and the economy is kind of trickling back and forth. So it's something to worry about. for some people. But just to put this into perspective, I know I didn't do the numbers here right, but look, if you're quoted at 5.8, you can get it down to 5.6, right? This is a life insurance company. Let's do this real quick. Let's do 95120 and do, I don't know, $2.4 million, and we'll update it and see what it is. Now this is jumbo, and you're looking at 5.82, 5.85. That's no points, no points, no points. What would happen if you dropped it down a point and and you can get that down? I bet you can get this down to, I don't know, 5.5, 5.25 with the point buy down, right? Your loan is $2 million. Why not? Let's bring that down. It's affordable, guys. Let's break this down to the median sales price of Santa Clara County. And look, 5.875 right now, $9,500 a month. There you go. But Vito, how many people do you know that have $500,000 to put down on a house? A lot of people. There's a lot of professionals out there that are making a lot of money. $500,000 is the normal in Santa Clara County. If you're not making that, figure out how to make it. Okay. And nothing else here to really worry about. Our inventory is doing fine. We're